Okay, so after selecting to create a new project, a dialog box piece for entering the project setting will appear. In the first text box, we are required to enter the project name, which will also the name of the app. I entered hello world, but you can another enter names as you wish. The company domain is given in the next text box shown. This is a string similar to web address that is used to distinguish among the developer on the Google Play Market. You can use any unique domain here if you want to upload your app to Google Play. You can use a domain you like. I use the one shown figure, and then we need to select the location on the computer to save the project file. You can select any place you like to save your project file. After clicking next, the target Android device window shown in the figure 3.3 we will appear as I selected the phone and tablet checkbox. The set of minimum software development kit as the API 15 Android 4.0.3. This means that the app we will develop will be able to run on device having Android version 4.0.3 or the higher. After selecting the target, please click next. The template of the user interface is selected in the following dialog. As you can see from there are the several template including a login activity, maps activity. However, since our app is just writing a text on the screen, it is okay to select the empty activity. So what does an activity mean? Activities can define as the screens shown on the user with user interface. Therefore, we have include an activity to have an app, because as you know, Android apps are the visual programs that have one or more user interface. After selecting the default activity, Android Studio asks us to give names to the activity and the related layout file as shown in the figure. Since we will have a single activity in this app, it is perfectly okay to leave their names as a default. When we click finish, Android Studio will create the project file and the folders automatically, and then IDE will appear. Android Studio is a sophisticated tool, therefore it has dozens of properties to make app development easier. Instead of giving every detail of IDE at once, I prefer to explain and teach in slower way so that the readers can grasp the app development concept in solid way. Let's start with explaining the main section of Android Studio by referring to the section of Android Studio in the figure. Section 1, the project file and the folder can be viewed from here. In addition, new file can add from this pane. We need to double click on the file name. Here is open them to middle pane. The project structure will explain in detail in the next subsection. Section 2, the opened file can be activated from the tab located here from viewing in the middle pane. Section 3, this is the middle pane. Content on the active file can be viewed and changed from here. For the project zone, file called main activity Java is the active tab in section. Therefore, the middle pane in section shown in the content of this main activity Java file. Section 4, this section is also controlled by tab. The developer can switch project file structure, captures and favorite for viewing in the left pane. Section 5, the current or previous completion, building or debugging process are shown here for the snapshot. It is indicated that Gradle build finished in 40 seconds. Gradle is the build system of Android Studio. Therefore, the message says The building engine completed its previous task in 14 seconds. Section 6, this is the run button of Android Studio. When we set up the user interface and write the Java code of a project, we click this button to make the Android Studio build the project, which means creating an executable file from the project file, and then we can run it on the emulator on real device. Now guys, you know that the folder and file structure of Android Studio project. The file structure of an Android project can be viewed in various form in Android Studio. The button just above the left pane is used to open the selection box for choosing the preferred method of viewing the file. Here see as the default file viewer is the Android mode, which is the easiest way of grouping file and folder in my opinion. When the selection is the Android mode, the default file, the folders shown and in the left panel pane, and you can use the arrows for viewing the content of the folders. The default folders and their content are explained. Manifest folders. This folder has the Android manifest XML file. Inside this file contain the configuration parameters of the project such as permissions, service and additional libraries. Java folder, the source code files written in Java programming language reside in these folders. You can see that the Java file of the activity name main activity Java is automatically created in this folder. Rest folder, the resources file are contained in this folder. Resources basically means all the needed file except the source code. For example, if we want to include an mp3 file in our project, we place this file inside the res folder. So it is the best way to adding mp3 file to the project. The media image and layout file residing on the resources folders are accessed by Java code written in main activity Java. We will see in the while. So building the user interface. First of all, Android Studio provide an easy way of designing user interface. The file name activity main XML located under the rs layout folder contain all the layout information of the current activity. If we try to open an XML file outside of Android Studio, it is opened by the text editor or a browser. However, when we open an XML file in Android Studio, it reads the XML file and show the corresponding activity layout with its component. In order to open the activity main XML in Android Studio, please double click on the project explorer and the activity layout will be displayed in the middle pane as shown below. First of all, you will go at your file which is you have created as a such name as a hello world. You will see there the file, edit, view, navigate, code, analyze. These are the arrows which will show up the window, and after selecting your arrow you can view everything such as edit, view, navigate, code, analyze, defector, build, run, tools and window, and you can get help from there. So you should first of all you can write as a hello world your app name, and hello world is default text, so which will show as your app name, and then down your layout of the activity. As you can see, the layout of the activity is shown in the middle pane. This the name of the app appear on the top of the activity. The default empty activity contain a default text which is shown inside the circle in the above. At the left top of the middle pane, there exists a tab called as a palette, indicate inside the rectangle in the figure. When we click on this tab, we appear from which we can add all possible user interface object and layout template to the activity. Now you will see as a file of hello world, so you will have a user interface there. You can use your arrow to click any button to know more about that, such as the widgets, text views button, toggle button, checkbox, radio button, check text views, and many more. These are the component palette. When the palette tab is clicked, two panes are opened. The palette shown in the rectangle and component tree pane inside the lower rectangle. The palette contains several groups like widgets, text files, field, and layout. We can easily drag and drop these components to the user interface. On the other hand, the component trees list the activities component in the hierarchical manner. We will see the utilization of these components as we develop complex apps in the following upcoming lessons. However, our aim for now is to write a text on the screen. As you can see, like if we made the app which is known as a hello world text at the top text of the view. Let's position the text compromise of the text view, pages of the middle of the view. For this, select the text view, and when drag then drop to the middle by the top by the help of guiding lines. You can also drag and drop operation on the text view. After the drag and drop operation, the text view will be kept selected. We can now change the properties of the text view using the properties pane, which is the right of the layout view as shown inside the rectangle. Please click the arrow shown inside the circle in this to open the basic editable properties of the text view. You will see the properties pane, so where you can see that text view of a hello world, and layout width, layout height, text view, and then the editable properties of the text views component are inside the rectangle. In order to display hello world text in the better way, you can change its text size to 24 sp. sp means scale independent pixels, and its style to bold by clicking the B button in the text style section. We have now completed setting up the user interface. Since we don't want to our first app to do something interactive, we don't need to write single line of code for now. Of course, we will do a lot of the coding in the upcoming project, but we don't need any coding here.